He cast off his small wooden boat into the unknown waters of the Pacific Ocean as the sun rose behind him, leaving behind his life and everything he ever knew. The engine fell silent in the middle of a vast watery wilderness, leaving him trapped in a terrifying stillness that echoed across the surface of the sea. Days stretched into weeks as the endless blue horizon became his only companion under the blistering heat of a sun that seemed to mock his desperate survival. He relied on the ancient instincts of a fisherman to catch birds and gather rainwater just to maintain the faint spark of life inside his fading body. The overwhelming isolation began to fracture his mind, making him talk to shadows and see ghosts in the waves, while reality slipped further from his grasp. He struggled to catch every drop of falling rain and pressed his cracked lips against the damp fabric, feeling the bitter taste of thirst finally recede. Nature unleashed a violent storm that battered his fragile craft, but his will to return home burned brighter than the rage of the crashing waves. He clutched his stomach as the sickness took hold, forcing his broken body to reject the salt he had swallowed in his desperate struggle for relief. After 438 days of drifting, a distant shape emerged from the fog, offering him the salvation he had ceased to expect. His exhausted body collapsed onto the white sand of a remote island shore, finally feeling the solid earth beneath his feet after his endless nightmare. The local islanders approached with eyes filled with disbelief, finding a man who had somehow returned from the cold grip of the dark abyss. Surrounded by the sterility of a hospital room, he watched as the remnants of his long journey were washed away, leaving him to face the man he had become. The world demanded his story and flashbulbs blinded him, but the only sound he truly craved was the quiet hum of his home far from the raging tides. Walking through the familiar streets of his town felt like stepping into a dream where the silence of the land was a comfort to his weary soul. He stood once more by the water, watching the sun dip below the horizon, knowing that while he returned to the world, a piece of him belongs to the ocean.